versus Jason. I've been wanting to do this review for a while. I was so excited to be able to rewatch it again. I really love this movie, which is sad because they never got to do a sequel because not many critics and fans liked it, which I really don't get it. A lot of people are like, well, it's not scary. Okay, I kind of understand that, but come on, you got two horror icons who are going to end up fighting. So yeah, there's going to be some horror involved in it, but that right there is like the one thing that we're waiting for. The main story is that Freddy tells us that, he had great fun and everything, but then, they found a way to erase him from history, which is the only way to beat him because no one remembers him, he can't come back. There's no fear. So he resurrects Jason to bring back the fear so he can return. Jason kills a couple people in the original house that Nancy lived in, and a cop lets it slip that he thinks it's Freddy. And Laurie, the main character, remembers this name, and that's what starts the fear again. Some people do die. Only person who actually dies by Jason is Mark, who is one of the guy who his brother was someone who killed himself, suicide, but actually was killed by Freddy. Him and his friend, Sean, are in a mental hospital because they were put there because they know about Freddy and everything and they're a threat. And they don't want Freddy getting out. So, Freddy has Jason basically kill people so he can bring the fear back and everything. Which works well until Jason just won't stop. He's like a wrecking ball. They find this out and they realize that they're not safe awake or dead. Awake or sleeping. They're dead either way. A cop who's a rookie, who is new to the town and everything, finds them and decides to help them and everything, Like, we need to take care of Jason and we need to take care of Freddy. They find out that, Sean and them, they were up at the mental place and they never had nightmares because of Hypnosil. So they go there to get the Hypnosil. And I'm just giving a brief thing and everything because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen this movie. I really like how, they brought Robert Englund back. He's a brilliant Freddy Krueger and he really shows it in this one. He brings out all the stops for the character that he's been working on building since 1980, I believe. Since then, this character's finally fully developed. He's played the role so much. He's so comfortable in it. He's got all his Freddy stuff he tries to do, the comedy and that. And Jason, of course, is a powerhouse the whole fucking time. The best part of the movie is... that is a tough one. The best part of the movie is when Freddy fights Jason in the dream world and then they fight in the outside world. Freddy tranks Jason and it tries to kill him within the dream world, but he's not dying, and Freddy's doing all the shit he usually does to kill this guy, but he won't die. And Freddy even said it at the very beginning. He knows Jason can't die, but he still tries to kill him. Until he finds out that the only problem I have with this is it might make sense because it's in his dream, but in the Friday the 13th franchise, Jason was in water all the time, and now all of a sudden he's scared of water. So he uses that to get to Jason until Jason gets woken up and is at Crystal Lake. A huge fight ensues, and this is where you really get to see how agile Freddy is, and you're actually rooting for one of the horror people, one of the killers, to win. Freddy is very quick on his feet and very agile, and Jason, of course, is just tossing Freddy around and punching him and everything, and, the big climax at the end, technically, no one wins. They actually get beat by Laurie and her boyfriend, who she chops off Freddy's head and dumbassly just tosses the machete into the water back to Jason. Then they show the end credit scene where Jason is walking out of the water, has Freddy's head, and Freddy's head winks. Honestly, this, that's just a brief description, but honestly, the people who don't like the movie, I would say go back and rewatch it. Honestly, it is a really good movie. I really enjoy watching it every time I watch it. I really wish there was a sequel. They did the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash comic, which technically takes place after this movie, but I really wish there was a sequel because I would love to see Robert Englund as Freddy again. He is the perfect Freddy. Jackie O'Haley in the Friday Nightmare on Elm Street reboot was good. but Robert Englund is the overall Freddy, and I'd love to see him back in the part just one more time. You know, one more time. That's all I'm asking for. This movie, you know, is really good. It's got a lot of comedy to it, and it's got a lot of great death scenes, some iconic death scenes and everything. You know, I like the idea of how they treated, you know, Freddy like a disease and decided to wipe him out completely. And that was the only way they could beat him until, you know, a cop let slip his name and everything. And the parents know about this, but they're trying to keep it a secret from the kids and everything, you know? I really like it. It's really good. You know, they took everything that was great about Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and blended all together in a 2.5-hour movie with the climax of them fighting in the end. It's a really good movie, honestly. You know, when I say it's better than, you know, Friday the 13th Part 6, no. When I say it's better than Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Dream Warriors, no. But I would say that it's on par with Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That's how good it is. I mean, it's good in its own right. You know, there's a lot of screen time you need between Jason and Freddy, and I think they did that rather well. Especially still having the human characters and everything, and their plot and everything going on. It fit really well together. There's a couple things that didn't seem to make sense that, you know, would need answering. But other than that, you know, I honestly don't see that much wrong with the movie. Besides, you know, that, you know, there's a couple things here and there that, you know, aren't that great. But it's a good movie, you know. It's both, you know, both of the iconic characters and everything, you know, put together, you know, against each other and everything. And I thought it was really well done. I just think it's weird that the person who directed the movie is a guy who knew nothing about Jason and knew nothing about Freddy when he started directing the movie. Which, you know, is surprising that he was able to pull off what he did when he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. But, you know, this is a little bit shorter than my other reviews because, honestly, I could talk about this for hours about how great it is and everything. But I honestly just want you guys to go watch it. It is a very, very good movie, you know, and I really am upset with the critics and everything who said it wasn't that great, which stopped the sequel from being made, because the sequel, there was so many more things that they could do and everything, with the fact of, you know, Freddy in the heads and the minds of the kids now and everything, and, you know, they think he's dead. The fear is still there so he can come back, you know. But, you know, I could just go on and on and on. My final verdict for Freddy vs. Jason is a 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect movie, but it is a really good movie that I honestly think you guys should watch. And it's another movie, too, where you don't have to watch any of the Fridays or any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets to watch and enjoy. You know, they give you some of the background of it and everything, and all you need to know is that, you know, these two are butting heads, and in the end, only one person's gonna win. You know, Freddy, I would say, kinda won, but Jason is still fully put together where Freddy's only got his head, but technically the humans won. But, you know, technically I would say Jason won. I would have liked Freddy to win. I like Freddy a little bit more than Jason. You know, I think Freddy with his, you know, comical and stuff is really, really cool. You know, but yeah, 9 out of 10. A really good movie. I suggest you guys try rewatching it and try, you know, looking at it, you know, not from the whole critics of the bitching about it and everything. And you don't have to watch the Fridays, and you don't gotta watch the Nightmare on Elm Streets to enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Have a more phenomenal.